Now guys, today we start the chemical bonding. Subtopic is back bonding. Now what is back bonding, sir? So back bonding is nothing but two adjacent covalent bonded atom. It is occur between two adjacent covalent bonded atom. The main important point is that one atom should have at least one lone pair, having a one atom which is from second period, and the another important point is that the one having a vacant orbital which is from either from, we can say, second period, or either we can say from third period. So we have to understand this directly. The vacant orbital is either from the second period, either from the third period, not from the fourth, not from the fifth. Okay, and the vacant, we can say, lone pair atom is from second period. Now understand the point. Like we take an example, BF3. Okay, now BF3, we take it, boron is having a, you have to remember it, boron is having a vacant p orbital. Boron is having a, this is called as vacant p orbital. Now understand my point. This is surrounded by three fluorine, 1 2 3. Now there is a, this is a vacant orbital, this is called as vacant orbital, in which fluorine is having a three lone pair. This is a paired electron, this is a paired electron, this is a paired electron. So we can say that directly this fluorine is having a three pair electron, that is called as lone pair, out of which one is drop into a vacant orbital of boron, that is called as back bonding, or we can say coordinate pi bond, or we can say back bonding. Now you are able to see that p pi back bonding. Why this is called as p pi back bonding? Because boron is having a vacant p orbital and fluorine is donate the lone pair from the p orbital, so it is called as p pi back bonding. Now understand the one point that is very important. This point is very important. Due to back bonding, bond strength increases. Bond strength increases. Why? Because bond length decreases. So this is the important point. This question is comes in twice a time in the previous year also. Bond strength increases, bond length decreases. Now understand why, sir? Due to partial double bond character. Because when it will donate the electron to the vacant orbital, it will donate the electron towards the vacant orbital, so it is having generated a partial double bond character. So that's why bond length decreases, we can say, and bond strength increases. That is the main reason. Now understand, we are going with one more question. If you are able to see that in this given question, you are able to see that which of the following compound has a stronger BF bond, means in which of the following compound, four examples are given to you, A, B, C and D, which of the following are having a stronger BF bond? So guys, please understand, A, B and C, you are able to see that A, B and C, you are able to see that they are having a coordinate bond, not a back bond. No back bond due to the absence of vacant orbital, because this lone pair will donate the electron towards this boron, towards this boron, towards this boron. So they are only a single bond. They are not having a partial double bond character. They are having a only a single bond. Okay. So now understand my point. So that's why we can say A, B and C, that does not show stronger BF bond because they are having only single bond character. Now understand, in BF3 we know that very well. BF3 is trigonal planar structure which will having a boron having a vacant orbital. So fluorine lone pair will donate on the vacant boron, so it will show the partial double bond character. It will show the partial double bond character. So the bond length decreases, bond strength increases. So correct answer is D. Now one note is very important, that is you have to know that this is the theory question is comes out. If lone pair of central atom, delocalize in back bonding, delocalize in back bonding, then it is considered as pure orbital electron, then it is considered as pure orbital electron, not a hybrid orbital. This is the important point, not a hybrid orbital. Okay, now understand my point. One more example, this is given to you in the front of you. NCH3 whole thrice and SiH3 whole thrice N. Now in this you are able to see that these two examples are I am giving to you. One is trimethylamine, one is tricylilamine. Now in trimethylamine, carbon and nitrogen, the bond between carbon and nitrogen. So carbon is having a no vacant orbital, nitrogen is having a no vacant orbital. So when the no vacant orbital, so no back bonding. But silicon is having a third period element which is having a vacant d orbital, which is presence of, we can say, vacant orbital present. Okay, so in this what is happen, it will form a trigonal planar structure where the nitrogen lone pair will donated on the silicon vacant orbital. So right now this is a silicon and this is nitrogen, so they will make a bonding between p pi and d pi orbital. They will make a bonding between p pi and d pi bonding, not a p pi. This is make a bonding p pi d pi. So we can say it will show the back bonding of p pi d pi back bonding. So in this we can say this nitrogen is sp2 hybridized and this nitrogen, you have to remember it is sp3 hybridized, because in this one lone pair and 3 sigma bond. So we can say one lone pair plus 3 sigma bond. So the hybridization of the element is nitrogen is sp3, but in SiH3 whole thrice nitrogen, that is called as tricylilamine, the back because of the back bonding, it is having a 3 sigma bond but 0 lone pair. So hybridization of the element nitrogen is sp2 and it will show the back bonding. So this is a very important example again. Now we are continue with the next example. If you are able to see that, which of the following are linear geometry around the n atom? Which of the following has linear geometry around the n atom? Means nitrogen atom. So now in this is a very important question. You are able to see that this is a carbon, so we can say no vacant orbital. In B1 we are able to see that silicon is having a vacant orbital. Germanium is also be a vacant orbital, but it is not be a third period. So we can say B1 and nitrogen lone pair will donate the lone pair on the vacant of silicon. It will show the double bond character. So that we can say nitrogen is having a double bond and partial double bond towards the silicon side. So it will show linear geometry. Other are not show linear geometry. So we can say because of the presence of vacant d orbital in the silicon, and it is also having a third period element. Please understand, it is a third period element. So the bonding is p pi d pi, again back bonding is available in this, and we can say it will show the linear structure because nitrogen will attach with twice side, both the sides having a double bond character. Is it clear? So now we are continue with the next question. This is the last question. Okay, now if you are able to see that which of the following has having a p pi d pi back bonding? P pi d pi, not p pi p pi. They are asking a back bonding in which p pi and d pi, not p pi p pi. Please understand. And they are given to you H3BO3, HOCH3 whole thrice, B3N3H6, OSiH3 whole twice. Okay, so these 4 examples are given to you. So you have to remember it. In H3BO3, the back bonding between p pi. In boron and OCH3, this is a second period. We can say directly this is a second period element, this is a second period element. So it is a back bonding between p pi. Boron and oxygen is also be a second period. So the back bonding is p pi. Boron and nitrogen is also be a second period. So it is having a back bonding but p pi. I am not saying that does not show the back bonding. They show the back bonding but p pi, not p pi d pi. But in if you are able to see OSiH3 whole thrice, oxygen is a second period element but silicon is a third period element and having a vacant orbital. So it will show the back bonding but it is a p pi d pi back bonding. So in this oxygen, we can say oxygen hybridization is sp2 because of two sigma bond. This is sigma, this is sigma, and one lone pair is present because one lone pair is participate in the, we can say, back bonding. So one lone pair is present only. So the shape is V shape. So we can say our correct answer is D1, not C, not B, not A. Is it clear to all of you? I hope this is very clear to you. Thank you so much.